Hello everyone, I'm Sanj. Welcome to the channel today, and in this video I'm going to show you 3 make automations that you can build quickly and sell for at least $300. Okay, I'm doing it, I'm building these, so without further ado, let's just get started. So the first automation I'm going to show you is the Medium article generator. Okay, and I like to use Medium because it's a highly trafficked website. It's where readers go, they spend a lot of time, and you can generate a lot of inbound traffic. Okay, and you can send anything, you can send it to anywhere you want. You can send it to a newsletter, YouTube channel, whatever you want to do. Okay, so in this automation I've actually built an article generator because it does take some time to basically build this. Okay, now if you've spent any time on Medium, you'll know that the articles that have the most amount of characters and words generally tend to do better, right? But it can take time to kind of create this content. Okay, so in this automation, what I did was I actually built a repurposing automation which takes viral content from LinkedIn. Okay, and the viral content is basically imported into a tool that I absolutely love called Phantom Buster. I'm actually a paid subscriber to Phantom Buster, and there's a lot of great things that it can do. Okay, so the first part is it gets an output. So basically, once a Phantom runs, it will then get the output, right? Secondly, it will download the result because I need the result in a JSON. Then it passes it twice into the parse.json module. The first one, it's kind of a bit strange in Phantom Buster because you actually need a second module because the first module, you'll still see it in binary, right? And then this is the secret sauce. So this is OpenAI, ChatGPT. The first one creates a hook. Second one creates a subtitle. So if you've been on Medium, you can see that there's a title, which is H1, and you can actually add a subtitle below it. And I found that, in my tests, that you can actually get better results. You get better watch rates, you get better engagement whenever you use, those kind of subtitles. Okay, but I want to create it all. And so in this module, I've actually just taken, I'm just asking you to create a subtitle based off the hook. Okay, but it's not as clickbaity. Then you create the entire article. So I'm basically repurposing viral content of LinkedIn, and you can plug it into Medium because Medium is supported inside of Make, and you can actually just plug in another watch records module here. When the status is approved in the status column, it then triggers the next part of the automation, the next part of the workflow, and then it will basically post it onto Medium. So the second automation that I like to use, and this saves me a ton of time, is the sales call review. Okay, so I take 2 types of calls. The first one is a prospecting call. So somebody's contacted me, they've basically booked some time on my calendar and they want to talk about their business and automations, right? So I want to get straight down to the point, but I want to engage with them, but I don't want to spend too much time making notes because I'm not good at making notes, right? But also I can't give you my attention like this, you're seeing in this video, if I'm taking notes down at the same time. It's either I look at the camera. So I'd much rather spend my time talking to the client, looking at the camera and making sure that I understand A, the problem, B, I can give them value, right? So what this automation does is it takes a tool called Fireflies. Now, if you've never used Fireflies before, this is basically a note-taking app, right? It's an AI personal assistant that will join your Zoom call or your Google Meet, or I think they support another third one, but I can't remember what the name is. But Zoom and Google Meet are 1 and 2 in the world, and it will actually take notes, right? So it basically understands what's going on in the call, right? And then what you can do is you can basically list the transcripts inside of make.com. And the transcripts are bundles, which is why I'm using an iterator, right? Because I need to put all the bundles into something that's meaningful. And then I need a text aggregator, so putting it all together, right? Putting all the outputs into something meaningful, like an array that I can use inside of ChatGPT, okay? Now, this is a secret sauce, right? So you've got 2 modules here for ChatGPT, which creates a completion, so it's just a prompt. The first one is meeting actions. So it's basically, what do we agree on, right? Because anytime you jump on a call, there should always be what are the expectations and what are the outcomes going to be after the call's ended, right? You should always have 2 of those things, because otherwise the call is pointless. You're wasting your time, you're wasting the client's time, right? Or the prospect's time. Then the next module is a meeting checklist. Okay, so I'm asking ChatGPT to go inside of the transcript and basically give me a list of action items that I need to go through, okay? And ChatGPT is very good at this because it can kind of go through it all and do it very, very quickly, okay? And then I use Trello for all my project management, certainly for the client side of it. So I update the Trello board that's for this particular client, right? Now, you can do this for Asana, you can use money.com, ClickUp, whatever you want to do. You can even put this into like a Slack channel, Microsoft Teams if you use Teams, and it's a absolute time saver, right? The other thing as well that's great about this is that you can, if it is a prospecting call, you can actually save a ton of time. I'm talking hours, literally hours, at least 2-3 hours per call per prospect using this, and then taking the outcomes and then putting it into like a job proposal, right? Because the AI has done most of the work for you. And you can actually configure these to just say, okay, just create if this is a sales prospecting call, it's not a follow-up call with a client. You can actually modify these ChatGPT agents and tell ChatGPT to create a proposal for you. Okay, so there's a lot of opportunity here with this automation. And the last automation I want to show you, and this is probably my most favorite automation because this is worth a lot more than $300 a month. Trust me, because I have sold it to clients for a monthly retainer that's way more than $300. Okay, and this is an automation that writes personalized messages for LinkedIn. Okay, now if you do any kind of B2B outreach, if you've got SaaS clients, if you've got anybody that wants customers, not retail customers, not consumers, but B2B, right? Not B2C, B2B, okay? Then LinkedIn is definitely going to be the platform for you. And what this automation does is it basically scrapes a bunch of URLs from Phantom Buster, okay? So typically what I do is I'll have a discovery call with the client. I'll understand, who their perfect audience is, what is their perfect demographic look like, what country do they live in, what job do they do, what's their job title, etc., etc. Once I have that profile, I can then scrape those profiles of LinkedIn, okay, and I can get the URL. With the URL, I can extract information that's relevant to them, okay? So I get a job title, the name, company description, the headline below, the name in LinkedIn. All that helps me to basically create a highly personalized outreach message, okay? And then again, I have to download the result. Very similar setup to the last one that you saw. And then this is the secret sauce here, okay? So what this does is this will take the fields that have been passed through JSON, like the job name, job title, the first name, company name, etc. And then it'll basically create a highly personalized outreach message. Now, when it comes to ChatGPT, you know that I always recommend spending a bit of time inside of the prompts, and also make sure you give it some examples, right? So if you've seen examples of really amazing outreach messages, or if it's something that you've written before, try and include 3 in the prompt, okay? Because that's going to give you a way better result once it's done its thing inside of ChatGPT, okay? And then I can save it into Google Sheets, okay? So Google Sheets has 2 columns. The first column is the LinkedIn URL. The second column is the personalized message. And so I'm taking this message and I'm saving it into the second column on Google Sheets, okay? And then there's a third automation that I can actually automate this inside of Phantom Buster, because Phantom Buster works really well with LinkedIn. It's probably the best tool that I use for LinkedIn outreach. I haven't come across anything better than Phantom Buster, okay? And what it can do is it can take the URL in column A and it can take the personalized message in column B, and it can automate the outreach for you 24/7. Right now, I don't recommend you do it 24/7 because most people use LinkedIn, or predominantly use LinkedIn during the working week, which is Monday to Friday, and typically they use it between 9 till 6. Okay, so I would schedule it from 9 to 6 Monday to Friday, and automate the entire process. Okay, so these are great automations, 3 automations that you can get started with, that you can build and sell your services for $300 a month, okay? So if you like this video, please leave a comment below, share the video, like it, and most importantly, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.